Did you know that New York City has a brand new Supertall skyscraper? But it's not where you might expect it to be. While Manhattan is known for its famous landmarks and towering skyscrapers, this new building has quickly become one of the most prominent structures on the Brooklyn skyline. With Manhattan's high cost of living and limited available land, Brooklyn is experiencing a modern renaissance. Since the neighborhood was rezoned in 2004 to allow for larger buildings, developers, businesses, and residents have flocked to Brooklyn. They're all converging on a landmark tower project that is set to transform the city's skyline. This new skyscraper is like the Empire State Building of Brooklyn. It features a striking design with a unique black, stainless steel, copper, and bronze facade. What makes it even more special is that it incorporates a 115-year-old bank that was already on the site. Join us today as we explore this exciting megaproject and discover all the fascinating details. Before we dive in, make sure to click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, as it's the best way to support our channel. Introducing Brooklyn Tower. Brooklyn now has its own super tall tower, and it's grabbing a lot of attention. This skyscraper is quite a sight to see, standing at 93 stories and 1,666 feet tall. It's not only the first super tall building in Brooklyn, but it's also the tallest building in the entire borough and the tallest one in New York City outside of Manhattan. Just to give you an idea of how tall it is, the next tallest building in the area, the nearby Brooklyn Point condo, is almost 350 feet shorter than the Brooklyn Tower. To put it in perspective, that's as tall as the Statue of Liberty, along with a few small houses stacked on top. This remarkable tower is located in downtown Brooklyn, near Fort Greene Park. It looks like something you'd see in a Marvel Studios movie, like the majestic buildings in Asgard. It has a unique design with sharp edges and a shimmering gold exterior. The Brooklyn Tower is not just about looks. It's a mixed-use building that will have apartments and over 100,000 square feet of retail space at its base. What's also interesting is that it incorporates the historic Dime Savings Bank at the bottom of the property. This bank was built in 1906, and it was expanded in 1931. It served as the main branch of the Dime Savings Bank for over a century. In 2014, the bank was sold, and the Brooklyn Tower was built as an extension of the Dime Savings Bank. The bank building is a landmark with beautiful interiors that now serve as retail and amenity spaces for the residents of the Brooklyn Tower. Construction. Construction of the Brooklyn Tower began in 2018, and it was developed by the JDS Development Group. It's estimated to have cost around $750 million to build. However, because of the COVID-19 pandemic in New York City, the completion of the building was delayed by about 4 months. By November 2020, the concrete core of the tower had reached 28 stories, and in April 2020, it reached the halfway point in terms of height. As of July 2021, the Brooklyn Tower had grown to over 721 feet tall, making it the tallest building in Brooklyn. By February 2022, they had completed the installation of the black and bronze facade on the upper residential floors, and in February 2023, the tower's crown was finished. The tower officially reached its full height in March 2023. People have different opinions about this super tall skyscraper. Some think it's a beautiful addition to the Brooklyn skyline, while others have given it a low rating, saying its unusual shape and dark color give off an eerie vibe. In fact, some people in the city have even compared the building to Sauron's Dark Fortress, a tower featured in Peter Jackson's film adaptation of the Lord of the Rings novels. The exterior of the tower is covered with this unique black and bronze facade. Design and architecture. The Brooklyn Tower's design is quite interesting. It's covered in stone, bronze, and stainless steel, with hexagonal shapes spread across the outside. The Dime Savings Bank building's design inspired the tower's look, especially the hexagonal shape of the banking hall. The tower, designed by shop architects, has black and stainless panels running from the top to the bottom, where it connects with the preserved Dime Savings Bank. You'll notice bronze and copper pillars running along the tower's length, giving the black facade definition. At some points, the facade has edges that create a staggered look because of its hexagonal shape. Unlike rectangular or square towers, The Brooklyn Tower always has at least two visible faces due to its hexagonal design. This is a nod to older Art Deco skyscrapers like the Chrysler Building in Rockefeller Center. Because of this hexagonal shape, the living rooms have 130 degrees corners instead of the usual right angles. The base of the tower is covered in stone to match the bank, and as you go up, the facade gets darker. The Brooklyn Tower has a broader base compared to other super tall buildings, which is important because of the strong winds in Brooklyn. The historic dime savings bank integrated into the tower's base makes it larger. The larger base tapers as it goes up, drawing attention to the smaller peaks at the top. The base is covered in white marble, reflecting the bank. The tower also has several floors designed to let heavy gusts of wind pass through without making the massive structure sway. The Art Deco design of the dime savings bank influenced many of the public areas in the tower. Elements from the bank's interior, including the hexagonal shapes, geometric patterns, and rich materials, have had a significant impact on the tower's interior. Unique features. The residential skyscraper has more than 500 places to live. The tall part of the building has around 150 condos and 425 rental apartments, making up a total of about 466,000 square feet. The 150 condos, starting from the 53rd floor and going up, cost between $875,000 for a studio apartment and $8 million for a 4-bedroom place. But here's something interesting. 30% of the apartments in the building will be available at more affordable prices for people who need it. All the places to live in the building have a design that's inspired by Art Deco, which is like old-timey fancy architecture. This design takes cues from the dime savings bank. The building also has 120,000 square feet of spaces for activities and relaxation. Some of these spaces are inside the dime savings bank. The building has different entrances. You can walk in from the street or go through the bank, which is now a place for shops and people to walk around. There's also a terrace around a special design dome with 3 swimming pools, including one for adults, one for kids, and a whirlpool. There's also a place to relax with hammocks and an area for eating outdoors. On the 66th floor, there's something really cool, a basketball court that's super high up in the air. It's probably the highest basketball court in the world, not counting places that are high up because of mountains or something. The building also has a dog run, an outdoor playground, and a rooftop park. There are many other fun things in the building, like a movie theater, a gym, a place for playing billiards, a children's playroom, and spaces for people who work from home. People who rent places in the building can use all these amenities except for the Sky Lounge on the 5th floor, which is only for the condo owners. Benefits of the skyscraper. The Brooklyn Tower is a significant addition to Brooklyn. It's not just the first skyscraper in Brooklyn. It's also the first one that stands tall and proud among New York City's skyline. It's the first super tall building outside of Manhattan. This could inspire similar projects in Brooklyn, especially since living in Manhattan can be so expensive. These projects will be good for businesses and people who live in downtown Brooklyn, making it a neighborhood that can truly thrive. There's a sense of pride in seeing Brooklyn join the ranks of New York City's impressive skyscrapers. This new tower is going to change how the growing Brooklyn skyline looks for many years to come. What do you think about this skyscraper? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.